was any come out channel so how AG politics avenue. Unia was cast of the trend ya make we speak headlines na jam rene ni bi aksumo ni dim nya hundrak simu me shock say yon political house in baje dem enye assemble to akra na ene NPP amayikunu mu mpanyimfo mbabunu emrewa nkokra omo nyina botwi du woni kire eye Ashanti region onua omo eye vigil night efa eye chama Wontumi the conviction ehu na me shock say yemu nwram na yempien sema hodo etumi EPP mu ewo ase AGH politics avenue.
Regional Chair Bernadette Chiboisiak, also known as Chairman Wontumi. What you are seeing there, scores of NPP members in the heart of the party. That's the party's well bank. That's the party's stronghold that have gathered there with the candles lit in solidarity with Chairman Wontumi. Tomorrow, his chairmanship of the Ashanti regional branch of the NPP effectively comes to an end, because there's going to be a regional election that will replace him. He's not seeking re-election. He was testing, or was hoping to test his mettle at the national level as the party's national chair. He's in prison, as we do know now, serving his 20-year jail term. People close to him and in his camp, they have not given up hope as yet. They say they still believe that it's going to come out before elections on October 3, the national executive elections on October 3. But as we speak, what's going to be happening tomorrow is what we're focusing on right now, the regional elections. But let's start off with this vigil. A number of people have been sharing their views on it. Some persons within the party, that's the NPP, have different opinions about this vigil and its relevance, for the lack of better expression. William Evansinkum has been to this venue, or this location where the vigil is taking place right now, and William is connecting with us live from Kumasi. William, we're seeing the videos and scores of the NPP members there at this location where the vigil is taking place as expected. You've walked through the crowd. Tell us, what have they been telling you?
That Chairman Wontumi is a political prisoner. Some also believe that, well, it was, even if he had committed crime, maybe, the system should have, tempered justice with mercy, and a host of, opinions. But in the midst of these diverse, opinions, some also believe that, well, the legal team of, assembled by the party will do everything possible to get him a bail. Something that his spokesperson, Dr. Pargrave, corroborated when he also had opportunity to address the crowd. Alfred.
I see. We're going to hear from Dr. Pargrave Boachidangwa right now. You spoke to him regarding what you just said. Take a listen to him.
Chairman Wontumi Damwase, Ghana Mind Damwase, Ghana Mind Damwase, Dr. Bawumia Damwase, Dr. Bawumia Damwase, Dr. Bawumia Damwase. Senya yenya ya dopim ewa hey, ye jidi sem paipa ya boy, and de onyankupon etie. Yes, I soon in say in Paiwa ya boy, Ghana man penny, Otia Konia Kessia so, Ghana man penny, John Dramani Mahama, Onyankupon Mason in Diana G. Yes, I soon did say, Mrashe Betemu for, and yes, Sumani Alban Bakbin, Speaker of Parliament, and that Dodri, Onyankupon Mason in Diana. Yes, I soon did say, ye Chief Justice, and then Najee Onyakupon Beson in the air. Yes, I soon did say, Appeals Court, and then Najee Onyakupon Beson in the air. Ye the Asida Kessie Emma Party in Penny 4, ye the Asida Kessie Emma Regional Executive.
That's Dr. Pargre Boachidankot there. He speaks for the Chairman Wontumi campaign team. William, we hear him saying that the president, he mentions the president, he mentions the Speaker of Parliament, he mentions the Chief Justice. He says that the crowd that gathered for this vigil, they pray that the president will have a dream that will favor Chairman Wontumi's possible release from his own prison.
Well, absolutely. So, you know, a couple of weeks ahead, they will be seeking a bail for Chairman Wontumi. And they are hopeful that they will be very successful in exactly what they were. I mean, he was telling the crowd. But it has been a night of prayer. If you're not careful, you probably may think that it was a crusade. But it was just a solidarity being spearheaded by, be organized by people who want to sympathize, or if you want to better word, empathize with the incarcerated Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP, Bernard Alfred.
I see, and you spoke to some of them, the people at this vigil. Let's hear from them, what they shared with you, and why they're there. And there was a pastor as well, because we hear Dr. Pargre Boachidankwa talk about the president having a dream so that he can possibly release Chairman Wontumi tomorrow and so on. Let's hear what this pastor told you.
Yaguso ya bon na medium ni say Ewurade oya Bible tiefo obetie ye Wontumi will be free in the name of Jesus.
And William, here's why I bring you in on what the Honorable Joe Sewusu, the former First Deputy Speaker of Parliament in the 8th Parliament, said on Oyerepa FM regarding this event. And he's quoted as saying, what I want us to establish is that the regional executives have not sanctioned any event. That this event that's happening, this vigil, has not been sanctioned by the regional executives. They have the power to sanction that, and that has not happened to the best of his knowledge. Is this one that you picked as well?
Well, absolutely. I mean, I didn't see any of the party bigwigs there. Even though their assigns were there in their numbers. Earlier, that was during 360, I had a confirmation that Dr. Ayu Afriye, who is a close ally of Bernard Alfred, will be coming or be attending the event, but he didn't show up. We also heard that some, notable figures as far as the NPP is concerned were coming, but they did not turn up. So it was actually just supporters and sympathizers of Bernard Alfred who were there as vigilants as far as this vigil was concerned.
And we see as well that there's a lot when it comes to the preparations ahead of tomorrow. You interacted with them. Did they give you any indication of this particular event, heralding what's going to be happening tomorrow in the region? Because Chairman Wontumi is the incumbent Ashanti Regional Chair of the NPP. Tomorrow, his tenure effectively ends because his successor will be elected, is it not? Absolutely,
and we are looking at two people who are vying for that position. We're talking about Odenho Kwapia, popularly known as Koka. We're also talking about Henry Kwabena Kokofu, who was once upon a time the EPA boss. Of course, one interesting thing about the two candidates is that they both serve as constituency chairman. Koka has served as the Afija South constituency chairman. Henry Kwabena Kokofu has also served as the Bantama constituency chairman. The only difference is that Henry Kwabena Kokofu has been a member of parliament before, Koka hasn't. But I can tell you that even the current member of parliament, Damata, is something that you say one of his handiworks, because she was she is somebody that he personally nurtured. So they are going to this particular race with depth of experience, political experience, as far as NPP politics is concerned. But hey, that power to become the next Ashanti regional chairman of the party lies in the hand of the over 1,000 people or delegates.
Absolutely, and that leads us to our next issue. And William, stay with me, and that's what's coming up next. With this vigil that's happening tonight in the heart of Kumasi, in solidarity with the imprisoned Bernardine Chibuesiako, Chairman Wontumi, who's the incumbent Ashanti Regional Chair of the NPP. That's what's coming up next. The NPP Regional Executive aspirants, they're wrapping up their campaigns ahead of tomorrow's regional elections. And we here on your Election Command Center, we're keeping tabs on how things are playing out across the country. And this is going to take place in 15 regions. That's what we heard earlier. And William Evans has already been interacting with the delegates on the ground ahead of tomorrow. But this is it. And Musa Dankwa is also joining us right now. Executive Director of Global Info Analytics is going to be joining us. Professor Smart Sapom is a political scientist as well. He's going to be joining us shortly. We'll have a conversation. But William, you referenced these two people in the Ashanti region. These two, one of them will succeed Bernardine Chibuesiako Wontumi as the Ashanti Regional Chair of the New Patriotic Party. His tenure comes to an end tomorrow. He will not be there in person to hand over, as we do know, because he's serving his term in the Nsawam Medium Prison. But it's a straight fight between Koka and Kokofu. These two, Odeneho Kwekwa Pia, the former Ifija Secretary, South Constituency Chair of the NPP, and Dr. Henry Kwabena Kokofu, former EPA boss. These two, they have strong roots in the party in the region. And William, just the case that they have other names that came up earlier, but it appears...
No, they have closed about an hour ago.
That clearly this is what we're seeing with these two persons. And William, quickly, these two, it's a straight fight within the two of them, is it not? I mean, because earlier we had some names come up, but it appears tomorrow it's just going to be a two-horse race.
I mean, it's a straight fight. And only two, I mean, they are the only candidates on the ballots as far as tomorrow's event is concerned. But, I mean, Alfred, it's not going to be an easy one, even though if you gauge, opinion polls puts Koka ahead. Koka ahead because of the fact that he contested with Wontumi in the last election. I mean, he came very close. He just a very slim, victory for Wontumi. I mean, in back in those days. And he has built the momentum from that point to today. So he is leading as far as tomorrow's contest is concerned. That is opinion poll. Henry Kwabena Kokofu, you will say, did not enter the race early, but he's also been able to gather momentum because he has a very strong, campaign team, or if you like, operation team, who is also supported. And there's this perception that he's also being supported by some bigwigs. There's a perception, so it will be very, very difficult for you to say that, well, that is the gospel truth. But the perception is that he's also being supported by the bigwigs. And I can tell you that he's also gathering momentum as far as the base of the party is concerned.
And thank you, William Evans, a Northern Bureau Chief. He's going to be leading the team across the northern part of the country, right? And then also focusing strongly on what's going to be happening in. This is the heart and soul of the NPP, the Ashanti region, the World Bank. And this is where the party is going to be looking at, obviously, keeping an eye on what's going to be happening in other regions. But what is going to be happening here is instructive. And this, going into election 2028, one of these two persons will lead the charge as the Ashanti Regional Chair for the NPP. in that region. They're not alone in this, going into this contest. When we go to, for instance, come to the Greater Accra region, the NPP lost heavily in the Greater Accra region in the 2024 election. The number of seats that they lost in the Greater Accra region, these two persons are seeking to wrestle the fortunes of the NPP back in the Greater Accra region. Is a two-horse race between the two boys, Dr. Bernard Okoboy and Alfred Boy. As we do know, Dr. Bernard Okoboy, former Lejokuku Member of Parliament, a former NHIA boss, a former Deputy Health Minister. Alfred Boy is a former Regional Executive Member of the NPP. So it's going to be a two-horse race, two straight fight between the two boys. But in the end, one boy will definitely be a boy over the other. But this is it, as we have it in the Greater Accra region, right? And that's what's going to be happening. Let's go to Bono region. For the Bono regional chair, the incumbent chair of the Bono region for the NPP, and that's, we call him Abronya DC, Kwame Bafo. He is seeking to be retained and re-elected. He has his own issues in the past few months gone by. Evans Afari Jan Yeboah is the incumbent organizer of the party. He wants to test his mettle at the regional chairmanship level. We'll see how things play out tomorrow. Yawafo is a former German South Member of Parliament. And then Joseph Mensah as well as a member of the party, very strong in the constituency as well. Sorry, in the region. I'm talking about the Bono region. Then when we come to the other positions, let's go to the Northern region, right? This is the Northern Regional Chairmanship. It's also a two-horse race between Alhaji Inusa Amadou and then also Mohammed Bantima. These two going head-to-head in the region. For the Savannah region, Engineer Dr. Clifford Brima, a former Managing Director of the Ghana Water Company Limited, now seeking to lead the party. That's the Savannah Regional Chair for the NPP. We'll see if there's enough water for his campaign tomorrow. But we'll see how things play out by end of day. And then there's Mohammed Bantima as well, going head-to-head straight with the former boss of the Ghana Water Company Limited. They're not alone in this. Quite a few people as well who are seeking various positions in there in terms of the regional secretaries of the party. Take a look at this. In the Ashanti region, there's a lot of focus there, and for good reason, taking into consideration what that region means for the NPP's fortunes going into election 2028. Francis Adomako is the incumbent regional organizer of the party. He's seeking to lead the party as his regional secretary in the Ashanti region. Michael Amwa Ewoko, former MCE for Echuman Wabieja South, and then Paul Kwabena Yando, is Ashanti Regional Communications Director, and for the media, he's not new to the party. But Musa Dankwa has been doing some work on the ground regarding what this really will mean for the NPP going into election 2028. Because, Mr. Dankwa, thank you for joining us. Good evening.
Good evening.
And
thank you for having me.
Perfect. Is the Director of Global Info Analytics. Mr. Dankwa, taking into consideration where the NPP is coming from, they have done their soul searching, and they are on the path of reorganization ahead of election 2028. You've already been testing the fortunes of the party's flag bearer whom they have elected already, with other persons who possibly could come up for the NDC. But this is a crucial process, is it not, ahead of election 2028?
We and some of the team cause channel so mammy and what Saudi Bread as an say a what in the Yabasang Asu.